oldest rivalry in sports. Green Bay, Chicago. I mean, what more can you say, man? It is the oldest rivalry in sports. Is it still the best rivalry in sports, you think?
I think a lot of Bears fans are actually more realistic. Those those fans who are really vocal about this rivalry and really still consider it a rivalry. I feel like lately Steelers and Ravens were like more relevant. I wish it was more competitive. And if you look at the win totals on both sides, I think you guys are at like 100 wins and we're at like 95. So we're talking about like 5 game difference between like the 100-year-old two charter franchises. So
yeah, no, for sure.
As a Bears fan, I want this to be more. I want both teams to be more on the equal playing field. But lately, I would say the last 2 decades, it's really been the Packers who've been running the show. And I'm realistic enough. There's a meathead inside of me who wants to kind of shit on the Packers, but just realistically, statistically, win percentage wise, I think the Packers been kind of owning us lately, and just go from the Brett Favre era to like the Aaron Rodgers era, and towards the tail end of Brett Favre's era, we had some good games.
You had some games. Lovie Smith came in there. He kind of cleaned things up. You had the Tampa 2 going. You had Urlacher and Peanut, and you guys had some competitive games there. I mean, you had the one year, which makes this year really this is what makes this game very interesting, is because
it is.
Fans remember in 2010, the Chicago Bears, they were sitting atop the division. They were feeling good, and they had their little 12-4 season or whatever it was. And Urlacher and the Chicago Bears, they had played host. I want to say they hosted us. Yeah, if I'm correct. In the last game of the season, and the Packers, we were just a little team that could. We were just hoping and praying and needing like all these different scenarios to play out just so we could stumble ourselves into the playoffs at 10-6, and we won. We beat the Bears in their home field. And after the game, Brian Urlacher, somebody asked him, he was being interviewed. They said, Urlacher, do you think that this was a playoff type of game? And Urlacher, he arrogantly said, no. This team is barely getting in the playoff. They might not even make the playoff. They still need, he basically answered it. He kind of answered it like that. And I was like, okay, motherfucker. All right. You that's how you feel about it, Mr. Urlacher. We got in, and then what happened? NFC Championship game in Chicago. Big BJ Raji interception for a touchdown. Packers, we came out, we handled business, and we went to our first Super Bowl in almost like since 1996. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
97. Oh my God, I'm tripping. 1997, 96, 97 was Favre back-to-back Super Bowl appearances.
I'm pretty sure the Bears fans are living through this nightmare. That was probably the hardest loss that I've taken ever, because it was the NFC Championship to begin with.
Right.
And Jay Cutler goes down with his boo-boo finger, and then we have to deal with Caleb Haney. Packers' mediocre defense at the time. And
hey, our defense actually wasn't that bad. Our defense was actually a top 10 unit. We were number 2 scoring defense, but as they say, as I like to say, as it is well known, divisional games are different. Even no matter if you play in a regular season, playoffs, the divisional games that you can throw the records out, you can throw the stats out. A lot of times it just comes down to turnovers. And it just comes down to, I guess, really who's hot that day, man. And that day, Packers were able to win the turnover battle. We got points off turnovers, and we were the hot team. We rode that hot ending through the playoffs to the Super Bowl. But this year, could it be the Bears with an opportunity to turn the tables on the Packers?
Puda, you the GOAT, boy.